Hey Katie Boo, hey girl, how be you? I wrote a song for you. It's inspired by recent events. We ain't no good for each other. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We ain't no good for each other. Oh, 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 yeah. Because you said your birthday was March 29th? So that would make you an Aries? And I'm a Taurus, the friendly bullshitter, and apparently we're not compatible, like, in any way, shape, or form. Well, we'll prove them wrong. I don't give much stock to that anyway, although mine's pretty accurate. Well, it's about 50-50. I like excess, I like comfort, I'm grounded and down to earth. Stuff, don't like change. Some of it's kind of stupid though. Guess that could apply with any of them, but they kind of don't. So, woo, woo. Does that jive with Christianity? I know you're a good Christian girl. I consider myself a Christian, just a bad one. I think there's more to the story than we know. Apparently there's a movie called Whale Drop about a guy who sounds like, I don't know, maybe got swallowed by a whale. He's in the scuba suit. Because I had said that, like Jonah and the whale. And the flood. The only mention of dinosaurs in the Bible was, I don't know, somebody found a fossil or something and was like, this motherfucker must have needed a big plant to, provide shade for it. And of course, your fundamentalists, they have to follow. It's just, well, it said, And there's stuff that's lost in translation. And like this dude I used to work with who was like, I don't believe in that no more because plants can't grow without the sun. And it says here that plants were created before the sun. Or some fucking shit that he stumbled across. And it's like, dude, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, I consider myself a Christian, just a bad one. There's definitely something out there. The way things are, I mean, the analogy that Pack gave, it's like, well, humanity and whatnot, it's like a tornado going through a junkyard and assembling a functioning 747. Yeah, even more complex than that, you know what I mean? I mean, there almost has to be some sort of creator, and these multiple dimensions and shit like that. I'm telling you, man, I think, just us meager little humans, I think we can only take so much, we can, So I don't know. Like I said, consider myself Christian, just a bad one. So there you be. And there's having the talk, instilling that message that you know what I mean? You got to write it down and have a sit down and have talks, and you have to have many talks. And you can do it and not have to portray it as there's a guy, an invisible guy who knows everything that you do. As a kid, that might not be appealing. When they say the fear of God, but anyway, not my problem. I won't ever have to have that talk. So, anyway, because you need to have those talks, man. Start dating and silly girls and silly boys, and girls be accusatory bitches, and boys be grabby, stupid fuckers. And this is the choice that you get to make. If you manage to get pregnant, because I think it needs to be a choice. Period. It might be a horrendous choice, a bad choice, an awful choice, but I do believe that it needs to be a choice. Period. can't be one or the, you can't be both. You have to be one or the other. Then I'm pro-choice. Fuck off. You know, the R word, incest, you know, or just if you're a piece of shit, that's in your docket. You know, I'm not here to govern my fucking brother or my neighbor or anybody else. So, and if it says that somewhere in the Bible, like I said, consider myself a Christian. It's like a bad one. Anyway, and show them the pictures. Show them that video, you know, it's called Silent Scream or something like that, you know, the little baby and they're reaching in there. It's like, it's a little human. You know? By the time it's big enough to, like, you know, reach in there and pull it out, it might have a tail still. Humans are born with tails. Did you know that? Why is that? I think they are. I mean, it goes away after like 4 weeks or something. But it very rapidly becomes a very identifiable little person. Well, hands, nose, mouth, all that shit. So try not to, you know, it's real easy to not get pregnant when you're fucking. So it's just, anyway, whatever. I get it, you know what I mean? But you need to have that conversation, you know what I mean? You think you're just acting playful and sexy. The dude thinks, you know, you're saying, take me, I want you. And then vice versa, you know, with the kid, the son, you know, it's like the same thing, just flipped, you know, it's like, she's just fucking around. Keep your grubby goddamn paws off, you know, and just, you know, I mean, you know, do whatever, but be a gentleman, you know, be the man, you know, wait till she's sober. And then when she comes to, her and everybody who witnessed your delayed gratification, which might turn into no gratification, but you know what it also might turn into, will turn into? Not catching a fucking false accusation charge. That's not somebody you want to fuck with anyway. You dodged a bullet. You didn't get your dick wet. Be it, you know, the clam or the mouth or whatever. You got no sexual activity that night, but you're clear. So if she's worth a shit, if she's somebody you want to fuck with, quite literally, she'll appreciate that you acted like a gentleman. We're in control of your shit. You know, and weren't a pud about it. You can still be cool and playful and whatnot, but nah, we ain't doing this. And let her insult you and do this, that, and the other. Let her pull all of her tricks. You know, you're inexperienced, you got a small dick, whatever. Just let her do it. You maintain your composure. Days later, weeks later, you're the fucking man. You have that conversation, you know, with both the girl and the guy. They're similar conversations, but kind of come from two different vantage points. But anyway, Eddie's, I got an app, a tracker app for a broker, you know, that wanted to do their thing. That's not uncommon. It's actually, it looks like an Aries symbol. And upside down. So what does it all mean, Katie Boo? Oh, so anyway, yeah, whale drop, yeah, what the fuck? Interesting movie. I'll have to watch me that. Because I just talked about that, you know. It's like, most whales, I guess some whales have a big enough throat, and then just the logistics of that, you know what I mean? The giants, what are they called? The Nephilim, the Watchers, and all that shit. Okay. They were like removed it from the Bible. I don't know why. It's like, shit is shit. You know what I mean? Team Christian, you know, all the books and stuff. It's just, I think there's more to the story than we know. Just don't worry about it. Relax. Take it with a grain of salt. You know, read it from cover to cover. You know, do your little tabs and whatever, you know. Everybody's got their favorite shit. okay, you know, like I said, my stuff and the Steve and the you know, it just right. So guess it's yeah. Yeah. Waiting to get loaded here. Driving a truck. We back trucking. Second chance. It's only been 2 years. Anyway. Katie Boo, I thought about you a little bit today. Just holding you tight. Not too tight. Your little boobies pressed up against my like lower chest, you know, because you're shorter than me and stuff. Just all that, just holding you, you know, feeling your body, your warmth, you know, your embrace, your arms around me, you know, your head kind of up, you know, kind of lower below my chin, you know, because I'm taller than you. And I'm a shorty boy. I'm only 5'7", so. But you're pretty short, I think. Shit, I don't know. Anyway, maybe that won't work. But silly chicks and shit. Chick's 5 foot, you know, 0, still wants a 7 foot, you know. Guido, the hero, torpedoes, speedo, torpedo, or whatever. Whatever. Because I was thinking about vacations and stuff earlier today, and I did do it. I didn't know. I was going to mention it, or as the title, I'm like, you know, we're going to take all kinds of vacations, Katie Boo. We got to outdo the butt faces. The Buttface family. Yeah, Mrs. Buttface and the Guide. Yeah, the Buttface family. We got to outdo them. You and me. So. Because she met her, you know, her stallion. Living her best life now. We'll show them dumb putts. We're an older couple, you and I, but that just means we have more life experience. So, fuck them dumb kids. They don't know shit. But she's like, shit, what is she, like 32-ish or something like that? So she ain't that much younger than you. The Guide's probably a little older by 2 to 5 years or so. You know? Shit. So, anyway. Grabbing your ass. And I was thinking about, you know, standing behind you and, like, you know, all that. I was thinking about you today. Anyway. You gonna go over there and tell your fans that you're okay? I mean, shit, that is kind of a dickish move. So, anyway. You do you depressed little, I was gonna say butterfly, but I don't know. Butterfly. He was once a caterpillar. Maybe you're still in your caterpillar phase. I don't know. Poor little lamb. It was a pretty girl. You move out where I live. Like I said, I live in a big damn field of weeds, but we can get some little ponies and some chickens for the free eggs, and they don't require a lot of feed and water, and they're not that messy. So it's not like a bona fide farm, you know. But, you know, it's country living, right? Like I said, I'll make a little yard for Cindy because she is the wrong kind of dog for out there. Good God, she'd be covered in weeds. She'd come indoors, she'd look like a little walking tumbleweed with legs. But we'll get her the nice little yard, you know, with the grass and stuff. And yeah, maybe some cats and little worthless miniature horses and shit. Chickens, goats. Goats aren't really that attractive. They're kind of hideous looking up close. But I hear they do eat weeds, so that would help with weed control. So maybe a couple goats, you know, like 4. You know, 2 little ponies, and like like 8 chickens. Oh, and those ducks that stand upright when they walk. They're just hilarious. Even I'll admit that. Because ducks don't let you pet them. Well, neither do chickens. So you just walk around, you know, and they're just, you know, funny little critters. Because ducks have those long bodies, you know. You've seen them. I've got video of them, I think. So yeah. You'll have to start over, and you'll be away from your friends. Little Miss can eat a potato whole, sideways. But it'll be alright. But fortunately, we don't have to worry about any of that stupid horse shit, because I'm just a troll. I don't do that shit, and this is all complete and utter fucking bullshit. Oh boy. Even though we deliver in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's where we pick up and deliver. So we go right through Chicago. Oh, gosh. Oh, well. It'd be so perfect. Ready for my home time. I'm going to take it up there right up. Yeah. And then, like I said, there's still some logistical issues of me getting to your place. You'll be like, oh, I'll drive up there, no problem. I'm like, are you sure? I don't want you to crash on your way up here. Plus, you'll be all full of angst, you know, because it'll be our first meeting, you know. And I'm a cool, chill guy, so it won't be nothing, you know, no pressure, no expectations. We'll just sort of hang out. I'm a pretty crass and blunt guy, you know, so, you know, I mean, you know how it is, you know. But anyway, no worries. So we ain't gotta worry about that.